Welcome to Nugget 189 with Steve Groman, and today we will be going to a Scientific American article, April 2021, and it is in their Biomimicry section on faux flowers. A fungus infects grass-like plants to create bizarre flower doppelgangers. Doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they're going to tell us what a doppelganger is.
They won't in this article.
Can you tell us what a doppelganger is real quick?
Kind of like a mimicking thing, but not the real thing, but looks like it, almost like the real thing.
So it's a fancy name for a thing that looks like another thing.
A copycat.
A copycat. Okay. On a collection trip to Guyana in 2006, botanist Kenneth Wardak was strolling along an airstrip at Kater National Park. Well, that sounds like a great place to be. When he noticed something unusual about the flower on two species, which we don't use the word species, do we, Steve?
No, not at all.
And why is that?
There's no such thing.
They don't even know what a species is.
They don't even know what a species is.
And we talk about that.
We've done nuggets on that. And
yeah, we talk in depth in the creation seminar about what a species is and what it is not. We use the word
kind.
Because that's what the Bible uses.
Absolutely.
And you should stick with Bible terminology too, and not evolutionary.
As best you can on everything.
Back to this sentence. He noticed something unusual about the flowers on two species of yellow-eyed grasses. Unlike the species' typical blooms, these were an oranger shade of yellow, tightly clustered and spongy in texture. Digging through relevant botanical literature, Wardak learned that, in fact, the orange oddities were not really flowers at all. Instead, they were mimics, the product of a fungus that Wardak, who works at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, and his colleagues recently examined in fungal genetics and biology. And we are going to include some beautiful pictures of fungus, mushrooms, and from when we were hiking, primarily with the whites, all across the North Country of New Hampshire and the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. A lot of the pictures that we have included in this and in our next couple nuggets when we talk about fungus and mushrooms were taken by Bonnie White, and we appreciate her sharing.
You're not going to put any of the 3,000 you took?
Well, yeah, I'm going to take some of the 3,000 I took. Oh. Joel and Steve were getting a little impatient with us as we were stopping, going, oh, they're so
How many
cute.
times can you stop for a mushroom? One more?
One more. So back to this article. This fungus, and I'll skip that name, infects a xyris plant and sterilizes it to block the plant's own blooms. Then the invader hijacks an as yet unknown aspect of the plant's operations to make its host pseudo-flowers built entirely of fungus tissue, potentially tricking pollinators into dispersing fungal spores rather than pollen from the plant's flowers. That's incredible, isn't it?
You know, mimicry is not just in this thing. It's in the animal world. It's in the plant world.
In this series that we're starting here, we're going to do a couple of nuggets on mimicry itself.
It's fascinating.
This is the only example that we know of anywhere on planet Earth where the false flower is all fungal, says Kerry O'Donnell, a microbiologist at the U.S. Department of Agriculture and a co-author of the pseudo-flower story. A handful of other known fungal imposters go only part way, typically modifying a host leaves rather than building their own mock flower. That's absolutely incredible.
You have the host logs and the nursery logs.
With the
mushrooms
large trees.
Things, yes.
It's incredible. And
it
ferns,
is amazing.
Actually, orchids,
yes.
They grow
on a nursery
log. Yes,
yes.
It's incredible to see. If you go to botanical gardens, you will certainly see that.
Gotta wonder how they got there, huh?
Gotta wonder. But it's not a product of evolution.
No.
And these people actually don't even mention that because
shows the genius of God.
It does show the genius of God. The authors of the new paper wondered if this kind of mimicry might run even deeper. For example, they knew that many plants take advantage of ways that some pollinating insects navigate by smell and perceive ultraviolet light. So the study's lead author, Imain Laraba, also a USDA microbiologist, used an ultraviolet filter to photograph these pseudo-flowers that were collected in 2010 and 2012. As speculated, the fungus's tissues reflected UV light, a property of many yellow-hued flowers that could help pollinators locate them. These flowers most likely also reflect UV light in the wild, Laraba says.
That's another interesting point because bees and various animals can see in the ultraviolet range of the light that we can't see.
God created them to do what they do.
That's right.
And to do what they need to do. I have a feeling that this didn't sneak up on God.
No.
I'm pretty sure that He created that so these little fungus guys can proliferate
everything
too.
Could do their job. That's right. Everything could do their job.
I'm not sure that the bees are tricked either. They're just doing what they do. They don't care.
They don't care. We see them on all the time out in the wild. See, they'll even get on you.
Don't mention that.
Okay.
I had a couple of encounters with bees on our hikes, and it wasn't very good. 2 pigments isolated from the pseudoflowers and confirmed in lab-grown ones could be responsible for this UV reflectivity and let the fungus fluorescence at ranges especially visible to bees, the scientists say. The researchers also documented the lab-cultured xyrophyllum emitting up to 10 aromatic chemical compounds, many of them known to attract insect visitors. So it's not only sight, just normal viewing of it, and then the UV factor, and then now we have olfactory.
Yes, we do.
Still, aromas are better understood as a blended profile than as individual compounds. I think it's a case of mimicry that still needs more documentation. Well, imagine that. And you know what? Until they accept the creator, they will never get it right.
They'll never understand.
Because I'm sure they're going to go down some evolutionary path if they continue this article in some form.
Well, yeah, if they continue the study, it's obviously going that direction. That's where they come from.
Which is so sad and unnecessary, and it doesn't give
recognition.
Doesn't give the
creator the recognition,
that he so deserves. But when you look at the pseudo-flower shape, the color, it's hard not to be incredibly impressed with what nature has done.
Isn't nature some kind of smart?
Nature is not.
I'm telling you. Right, they'll give anything and anybody the credit except for God.
Well, I know sometimes even Christians will use the term nature. Be cautious of that. God created nature. He's the creator of the natural world. Nature did not create itself, as evolution does say. So be careful even using that term.
And there's nothing wrong with nature. We need to give God the credit and appreciate what he's done and given us the beauty, not worship the creation over the creator.
If you appreciate these nuggets, and if you are able to partner with us on a monthly or a one-time basis, we certainly appreciate that. The links are in the description below. Also, please tell others about our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be alerted when we post new nuggets and Saturday history and travel tips. Thank you.